So we do this thing called the pod where we put questions in. This is the STONED panel, so we're talking about marijuana topics, of course. Before I get something out the pot, we do this and we make like a little sizzling sound because it's boiling. I don't have a soundboard, so that's what we do. Okay, so yeah. Okay, all right. Have you guys done any other drugs?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Can I ask what?
Yeah, like prescription drugs.
Okay.
I've done ecstasy.
That too,
Yeah. Don't do it, kids.
Because it feels good, and then you wake up and you're like, my body is dead. Don't do it.
You know what?
Don't do it.
Don't do it, kids. It's just, if you're gonna do something, just stick to the weed. Like, that shit is not even like, nobody needs to be that high. Nobody needs to be that type of high.
It feels that good. It don't get that good, I promise you.
Like, it sets very bad expectations for life. And that's how you end up in addicts.
Absolutely.
Don't do it, kids. And honestly, shit that colorful, shit that like,
Because you
No.
have to be seeing stuff, man.
yeah.
Nobody would live
Okay.
like that.
Good to know.
Have y'all done it?
No, I've never done.
Now I kind of don't want to.
I know.
I've never.
Honestly,
I want to try psychedelics, but I've never.
I will explain to you exactly what happened. So I ended up taking like half of one, and I had ate a lot prior to, and remind you, I was like 100 pounds heavier as well. So I waited like 30 minutes to an hour. I didn't feel anything. Took another half, and in the meantime, smoked, drank in college. Stupid. I don't know why. Just getting high for nothing. Didn't have nothing to do. In my house, in the living room. On the couch. Just added to it. Stupid. And so I literally ended up in my room and I remember the exact moment it hit. And I was like, oh my gosh, no. No. I was seeing shit. That's the first time I've ever imagined anything. I ended up falling asleep on my bed. I wasn't laying in the bed. I was standing up and just leaned onto the bed. And I was just I can't I can't even go to sleep. My mind, I didn't go to sleep for 2 days. Yeah, I was rolling for 2 days. Don't do it, kids.
It doesn't fun.
I mean,
if you're going
at the time,
if you're going on a trip, it's good for that. But not.
It's not good for anything.
It's not good to just take
don't
me
get on here
and
and tell the kids.
Oh, you're right. I probably shouldn't tell them, but if you're gonna take it while you got a road trip.
Trippers.
Take it with a friend.
Yeah, take it with somebody.
Be
you know.
aware.
Drink a lot of water.
Yes.
Eat
That's one thing I did hear
cautious.
about.
Buy from people you know. Don't buy from Lil Rosto.
I think the closest I've been to that though is when I worked at this job and my boss, she used to have cancer or whatever, so these prescription drugs she was taking was to kill the pain.
Oh, painkillers?
Yeah, so she gave it to me because I had a headache one day and there was no Tylenol anywhere. So yeah, I was out in the bitch, and we worked with kids too, so they're just
you just
Miss
drowsy.
Victoria, Miss Victoria. I'm like, what? But yeah, next topic.
Every time?
Every time.
It's just hot.
Do you think weed is addictive or it's a gateway drug?
We were just talking about that.
Definitely. So, well, I think it depends on the person, and it depends on your circumstances. Of course, if you're in college and you're smoking with a bunch of people who also do other drugs, then the likelihood that you're gonna do something pretty high. But I really think it depends on the person, and I think it depends on what you're going through, what you're looking for. There was a time when I was smoking because I felt like I got something out of weed. Now it's I smoke just because I want to smoke, and it's oh, there's perks to it. But if you're looking for something in the high, then of course if it becomes to a point to where you gain this tolerance, and you're just gonna start looking for the shit in other places. And it doesn't even have to be in other drugs. It can be food. People get high and get fat as fuck. Real shit. And it's not and it's people think that it's just because you have the munchies or like just because you're smoking, but like a lot of times people are depressed, like yeah, and it's just like you're not dealing with a lot of shit. So I just think it depends on with any drug, like what you're using it for. Even with painkillers, like if I'm using it just for pain, then like okay, cool. But if like I'm expecting like something else out of like what I'm going to this for, other than just like recreational, then of course like it's gonna lead to other shit.
Anything without moderation is okay. Really
And that's moderating yourself, like
Right.
not the drug, it's
Self-control.
moderating yourself.
Right.
I agree with that. I don't think it's a gateway drug that much because, why don't I think it is? Oh, well, because like you said, it depends on the purpose, but it depends on the person. See, I'm high as fuck. So.
I think it depends on the person too, because I know a lot of people that smoke weed and that's like their thing, but they like are not. They will not try any other drug.
That's
Right.
me. So
Right.
that's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say. I was gonna say that I'm somebody who's like, what do you call it? A functional stoner or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not one of those people who can like lay down all day or whatever. Like when I smoke, I want to still get out and I still want to do my shit. It's just I have like anxiety. Like I grew up like really having a hard time like socializing with other people. So
Yeah.
it's like it makes it easier for me to like get into situations. So like that's how it is for me.
How many joints do you smoke a day?
I would say like really one, because I will smoke half of one before I go to work, and then I'm at work all day, and I'll come home and smoke the other. And I'll be knocked out by the time I get home.
So you don't need one.
But you also
Every
have
hour.
like this as an outlet, so like you have ways to like get your therapy and do it. Because like I know most people who smoke and like consider themselves stoners smoke way more than one a day. Like not a lot of people would consider you a stoner.
Yeah.
So it's like obviously you're able to like get that in other places.
Right.
But like it depends like on the reason like of like on why I'm smoking like that.
Right.
Like yesterday, okay, so I was celebrating my birthday, so I was just back to back to back. So I mean I can do that and shit like that, but like normally no, like on a day-to-day basis if I'm going to work and doing shit. But I like to smoke before every activity. So but it's just usually that one joint lasts so long.
So and it makes you feel
Not for
comfortable.
me.
No? How many joints, blunts you smoke a day?
Like maybe like 4.
Oh
That's
snap.
average at like 4. And then like if I have to like talk to a lot of people that day, it can get up there.
Does
It honestly depends on how many people I've come into contact with
Right,
that day.
yeah.
Does it help with your work?
Yeah, definitely. Like I remember I was making the first app I ever made. Like there were times where I like was like manic and like stayed up all night, literally just like it kind of kept me in the zone and really kept like my mind is very like racy and I have like a lot of anxiety. And so it definitely like it didn't like stop things, but definitely slowed things down and like made them like legible. So yeah.
That's an interesting way to put it. That it made it legible.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that like weed helps me focus too. Like when
Yeah.
I'm doing any type of creative thing, like it helps me like really just expand. I know a lot of people they get like deterred from like what's going on or like you know they start experiencing some type of episodes like paranoia or something.
Yeah,
And-
that's her. That's why she
That's
has
you?
to stop.
Yeah, I just be like,
Okay, that's why you
stop
were
staring
skipping.
at me. Like I can hear you. I can hear your thoughts. So
I
it's
think
like,
you just hear so much on TV
Yeah.
and stuff about that's like the only experience people have. So I think it's really interesting that you guys use it to focus and to work on your
Yeah.
creative.
right.
It's definitely all in how you use it because like I said, there was a time when like I was just doing it like for shits and giggles, but like in a time where like it was literally something I depended on like to function,
Right.
like to where like I wasn't going outside, like I wasn't gonna talk to anybody, like fuck everybody, and like literally I would like smoking, but like it kind of like made me like brave enough, like okay, like shit, like okay, I guess we can go out. I guess we can say hi. Like literally like small shit like that, like I was depending on weed to do. And I don't think people think of it like, and that's why I'm saying like it can be a gateway drug because I feel like the status quo is that like it's just like it's different from other drugs. People don't really think that it's something that you can be addicted to or something that you can utilize like to really like cope and deal with things, especially like anxiety and depression. Because it's like you said, you're completely functional. I'm complete like I'm out here making accent software program. Like, I can build an entire computer, like, and sit there and smoke, like, a backwood, like, the entire time. And so, like, it's something that, like I said, doesn't really make your life go crazy. Like, you don't really have to spend a lot of money on it. Like, if you got a good plug, like, you know what I'm saying? Now, if you got a card and, you know, you at least 1 to 2 states away, you good. So.
I've never thought about doing that. Like, I don't know how to stay. I'm still dealing with the plug situation. I wish there were dispensaries in Texas, because I hate buying from plugs, except one plug in Louisville. So if you heard that, just saying.
Shout out.
But
The real one.
right.
So we have a comment.
Yeah.
So Jake, he said that he thinks gateway is a bad way to put psychosocial effects. So I asked him a little bit more. So he said gateway implies that someone will use more, and like y'all said, some smoke for specific reasons due to anxiety, such and such. So saying it's a gateway is giving it a bad rep. He says that he doesn't smoke, but he did study, and he knows that there's many benefits.
Well, I think even in utilizing it for a benefit, you can still become dependent on utilizing that for that benefit. And this is just my personal belief. Like, I've recently started practicing Buddhism, and so I've learned that there's a lot of power in just yourself. And so understanding that, yes, there are tools to get me to a certain place, but eventually self is supposed to be able to get me to that place. So when I say, not even that I can smoke weed and end up smoking crack, end up taking, you know what I'm saying, Quaaludes or some shit like that, but I can smoke weed, and then because it's helping me with my anxiety, I continue to smoke weed thinking that that's a solution to resolving my anxiety, thinking that I have to do that every day to function normally. And so I think being able to smoke, realizing, and then getting to that place to where, okay, I'm high now and I'm calm. So obviously I can get to a place where I'm calm. I can get to a place where I'm calm, not I smoked a blunt and the blunt made me calm. So when I say gateway, it's not in the sense that, like I said, it leads to something else, but it just leads to a dependency that isn't necessary.
That's an interesting way to put that.
Yeah. All through my personal journey, though. That's my experience, so I can only speak for my experience.
No, yeah, you put that in a really good way for people to understand it, I feel like.
Yeah.
Anyways, next topic.
Spirit finger.
Okay. What are the health benefits of weed, speaking of?
Health benefits. If you have anxiety, it can calm you, make you feel more social.
Insomnia.
Yeah, insomnia. I have insomnia, so I'll eat an edible. I don't smoke weed, but I will eat an edible, and it'll put me to sleep. So if you have insomnia, your thoughts are raving, back pain, spinal, anything, any pain, weed can help you really,
It depends on the strain,
yeah,
too. Like, you have to do
CBD
your
can as well,
research,
not
though.
just, marijuana, even though it is, CBD is the same, it just doesn't have the THC.
And you don't have to smoke. You
Right.
don't have to have, like, no gas,
Right.
no exotic,
It's
the
just-
biggest con
Yeah.
in 2020, exotic weed.
But
Like,
people get caught up in, saying, oh, I have pain, so they feel like they gotta smoke 4, 5, 6 blunts. Really, if you really have pain,
get you some
Get
THC
one,
ointment,
yeah, you
some
just
drops, some lotion.
anything.
Like, you don't have to smoke, you don't have to smell like
Yeah.
weed, you don't
It's
have to, yeah.
It's
It's
an
not
herb.
that deep.
Weed is an herb. Everybody says
Yeah.
you want to call it weed, and oh, it's bad for you, but it's an herb.
My grandma, when she was, like right before she died, she had really bad chronic pain because she was in kidney failure. The only thing that helped her was THC lotion that she got from Colorado and THC patches. And that was like the only thing that would help her pain when she was like dying.
Right. I really feel like marijuana is something that can really treat pain and cancer and whatever else. Like hematomas. Like it can help you. Like it really can. It can help you.
Have y'all checked out the weed spot in Bishop Arts District?
So I'm really big into Doordash because of COVID. Shout out to Doordash. I need to get some stock because they definitely making money off of me.
Okay.
But I'm very intrigued and I do want to go. I'm very skeptical about going places right now, but I have wanted to order from there.
Yeah, I like that place. I went there the
So
other
is
day.
it like CBD?
Yeah, it is all CBD. I thought maybe they found a way to sneak some weed in there
No,
for some
they're not gonna chance it.
Yeah, I thought perhaps, but no, yeah. Because it was a black-owned business. I was like, let me see what the hell they're about, and they're like really dope. Like they do coffee too. Like they put CBD in coffee. They have it like CBD joints or whatever. That shit had me not high or whatever, but
it's
I
like
was
a
like,
body.
yeah.
CBD
like,
is more body than weed. The THC in it makes it
Cerebral.
So that's why I say if you don't like smoking weed, you don't like people smoking weed, CBD.
yeah.
You want to say, oh, it's not legal, CBD is legal. Try
Yeah.
it.
And we do make CBD
Make
treats.
CBD treats as well. Like,
Okay, dope. That's dope, actually. That's an awesome alternative. Next topic. Is that there?
It's my
I
favorite
did it.
part.
I keep forgetting. I'm
No, it's
sorry.
okay. I'm sorry. When did you start smoking?
Oh, I started smoking in 8th grade.
What?
Yeah, I started with my cousins, and I think that's why I stopped so early as well.
Snitch.
Like, no, I don't care. Yeah, I think I was 8th grade, and I was in the backseat, and I remember like getting it and being high. I danced the whole way home, just like feeling good. And then I stopped in college. Yeah, I stopped in 2015, I believe.
Was there any like type of event that happened? that you just
Yeah. So we were smoking, and we was in our dorm room. We was in our dorm room, and we had some weed, whatever. We was smoking it, and I had weave, and I had 2 plaits in my head, and they were like sitting like this. Like, so I'm sitting there, and I'm just looking, and that's why I say I get paranoid. So like I just look, and I said, "Keys, why you didn't tell me I had alien pussy?" And she said, "What?" I said, "Bro." So yeah, I stopped that next day. I was like, she was like, "You want to hear?" I said, "No, I'm good." And I haven't did it.
Okay, so y'all met in college. Y'all are college sweethearts.
Well, ish.
Yeah.
So like I graduated a year ahead of her. So like the day I graduated, I'm gonna be honest, I was looking for some hoes. So I slid in her DMs and
Go ahead. She was like, she said,
we
dot,
don't need like
She said, dot, dot, dot. You gay? I said, yes. Yes.
yeah. And then literally like a couple days later I moved to Florida to go to college. But like our relationship basically started with us like long distance. So we got to know each other very well before I came back to Texas. And then we ended up going to the same college. Yeah.
Sweet.
Shoot, how did y'all survive a long distance thing? I'm scared of that.
Honestly, like
It wasn't hard.
It really, yeah, it
wasn't
really
hard.
wasn't.
It
And
was-
honestly, it's also because we had nothing to compare it to.
Right.
Like we were just like kicking it. We were cool before I left. We
Yeah.
barely knew each other. So that was our relationship. Like that was the relationship we knew. And honestly, I think like for one communication wise, that was like the best we've like
talked all
ever
day.
we've
Like,
ever
I was at
communicated.
Hebron, in class, just texting with her. Like she in class at Florida State. She talking, I'm talking. I call her as soon as I get out of class. We talk all day. I fall asleep on the phone. She falls asleep. It was just easy. But now like our communication is like
Do you think it was easier doing that like in the beginning of the relationship?
For sure.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And we've like, there's definitely more layers to us than there
Yeah.
was when we were 17, 18. And like there, even like we noticed like we have a lot less in common. Just like even now, like I practice Buddhism, like what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, we were going to the same church. And so like there were so many things that are just like,
Yeah.
that we went through independently that has changed the dynamic of our relationship, and we've like really just had to learn to like accept those changes, because like, okay, well, I want to be with you, so it's just like,
Yeah, I'm not going nowhere.
yeah, you gonna be who you are.
Let me burn this sage with you.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, I'm gonna go meditate.
Yeah. Okay. I'll be right here. So yeah.
That's dope though. I like that. I like that y'all been together for so long, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Y'all see a lot of relationships.
Not like never
Nah,
stunt,
it
like
wasn't- it was
not consistently. Like through college, we was on some shit. Like, yeah, and then so like it hasn't been consistently, so it hasn't been 7 years like super strong. We're not gonna
every
stunt,
day.
but
We was together, we wasn't.
yeah, honestly,
that was my motto. Even when we not together.
Yeah, we've always been like friends in spite of.
Yeah.
Okay.
So even when we weren't together, we were still like best friends and still kicking it,
Yeah.
like and dating other people.
But I still think that like contributes to like how good a relationship can be. Just because I mean like I see how like well you guys work as business partners, so obviously like that translates in your relationship as
Right.
well. Because you guys are always trying to figure out a way to like continue
Yeah.
it, level it up.
Yeah.
And so that's a dope thing to see. Like, and I wish you guys well on that.
Thank
So
you.
I'm gonna go to the next topic. Yeah, like two more topics left. Let's see. We kind of answered that. And what's the difference between indica and sativa? I forget every time, and I've been smoking since I was 17.
Yeah. So sativa is for more of the like creative spirits who like want to sit down and paint or code or fuck. It's more of the cerebral high. So it definitely makes you like more keen and focused on what you're doing. But those when they're in like the higher potencies are the ones that cause like the hallucinogenic effects. Indica is the like body high season where like if you have pain, if you want to go to sleep, like if you just want to like wake and bake, like indica is like the munchie killer. So if you're trying to lose weight, stick to sativa because indica make you hungry and it make you lay down. So
I love indica.
yeah, but honestly, like even if you find something that's like a dominant, most of everything that people get, especially in DFW, is a hybrid.
Yeah.
It's like a 60-40. You're not really finding too many dominants unless you're like getting some shit that's like sealed and jarred. Because I guarantee y'all, if y'all buying these exotics, like
They package it. It's they package.
they bought those shits on Amazon.
Yeah. You can go Amazon with it.
But yeah, just so like if you're getting like some sealed shit, then yeah. But like most of what we're getting like out here is just it's a hybrid, so you're gonna get like a little bit of both.
So y'all like are y'all into the names that they be giving it and stuff?
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
You're not gonna lie to me.
I've been looking it up every
You gonna
time.
post your shit on Snapchat and you gonna say it's like you're charging me based off of being exotic or high grade. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking leafly that shit. Like,
Leafly?
yeah,
What's y'all's favorite?
leafly. I'll look all y'all niggas up because the thing is, it's like if you're saying you're getting it from like these states or whatever, it's coming from a dispensary, especially if you're buying pounds at a time. Dispensaries have to list their products like on their website. So a lot of times if it's legitimately that strain, you can find it on their website or it'll tell you what dispensary that strain came from. So like if somebody's telling you they got some San Fernando OG and they got some shit from Colorado, San Fernando Valley is in California. Tahoe OG. Tahoe is in Colorado. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta put the shit together. Like, people have told me, like, of course I have to buy, like, a lot for the treats. Like, they tell me, like, sometimes I don't know what it is. I'll just give it a name. Like, so, I mean, look it up. even if you want to, like, a lot of people now, like, sell multiple strains. So why not look up, like, what's gonna, best for you, like, what you want. Like, they'll just look at it on Snapchat and be like, oh, that looks strong.
Yeah. Just because it looks strong don't mean that it is strong.
Yeah.
Just because it smells strong don't mean it's strong.
Yeah.
Because some stuff has a good nose on it, but it's
Yeah.
weird. Like,
Yeah, that's why I fuck with my plug from Louisville, because he just sends me a nice little list of what he has, and I look it all up. And it never fails. Like, it always matches up with whatever I smoke with. So I'm like, that's dope. So
You
shout out to him. I wish I could just put him out there, but can't really do that.
DM her.
Right.
She'll
DM me.
plug you in. We'll plug you in.
Right.
I got about 6 of them. But y'all can't have all my plugs because y'all be playing.
Good plugs are hard to come by.
Yeah.
So I've gotten in a fight with almost all of my plugs. I'm not even gonna lie. It's been about waiting on them or whatever. I'm like, hey, I've been here for like an hour, and then they're like, I'm not about to come here for 2 Gs. They get cursed out. I'm going back and forth.
Because you
so.
didn't say that before I left.
Plugs. I hate plugs. I really do. Dispensaries legalize marijuana.
Please, so I can open dispensary.
And I think this is the last question. So we're gonna do this all together and thank you. Okay. When did you realize that you guys could have e-business in the marijuana industry and really capitalize off of it?
I would say we started in February, so I would say probably mid-June. I was like, okay, like, people like this. Like, they like how the treats taste. They like how the treats make them feel. They're buying, they're coming back. You know, you're seeing recurring customers. So I'm like, okay, Keys, like, this might be something we can do. And then she started making more quantities of the treats. And they started selling. I didn't know until we sold out of a whole batch. I was like, Keys! Like, Keys, we out. Like, I was happy. So I feel like that's when I realized when they were gone.
That's dope.
Well,
Yeah.
I knew from the beginning, and I did stress from the beginning because,
Okay.
like, the very first person that, like, we made some for was somebody who had no business, like she's somebody, I don't want to put too much information out there because I don't want to, like, reveal her identity, but she's, like, too old and too blessed and too holy to be ordering these chocolate chip walnut cookies. And so I was like, well, damn, like, if Grammy is buying the treats, then, you know, we might have something here. And like I said, most of our customers are not even, like, people our age. Like I said, because they, like, you know, they can go get that shit that tastes like weed.
Is that how you got the name for the business?
Well, kind of, but it's a double entendre, so Grammy Graham. I love weed. And,
I just put that fucking
like, certain stuff, like the cinnamon rolls, like, that's my actual grandmother's recipe. The cinnamon rolls, like the first batch of brownies I did, which I don't even know. The turtle pecan, yeah, that's my grandma's. This lemon pound cake that we'll have coming soon to a stomach near you.
Ooh.
So that's where Grammy came from.
Okay, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I'm glad that you guys came and you came to talk about your business. Did you guys have any questions?
How do y'all like market it? Like, how did y'all
I was
grow
gonna
your
ask that shit
business?
too.
You know, I'm curious about that.
So, like, that's kind of what, at the time, that's what I was doing, like, to make money. So I was, like, basically developing websites and doing social media marketing and branding for businesses. And so, like, making the logo and, like, doing all that stuff kind of just flowing on with what I was already doing. And really, like, I hate social media just because, like, you know, like, when you work in something all day, you don't want to, like, come home and do it. So, like, really the only thing I'm active on, like, regularly is Snapchat. But she literally, like, and, like, she's dedicated, y'all. She be up in y'all comments. she be reading the reactions. Like, don't put y'all business on Facebook because she know it. She know all of it. But, yeah, so, like, it really, like what you guys said earlier, we worked well together. So, like, what I lack, you know, she was able to pick up on. So she really, like, pushed the marketing, and, like, we're in, like, a lot of, like, the DFW
That's where I
business
found
pages.
it. That's how I even realized you had the business.
Yeah, like, a lot of, like, it's, and so many things that I wasn't even thinking of, just because at first my vision of it wasn't really, like, running it legitimately. But I think once we kind of, like, put that together and decided that, like, okay, if we do this, like, actual baked treats, like, people who actually, like, cater, instead of, like, we've done birthday parties and shit like that, you know, like, we'll get a lot more customers, and we'll get customers who normally wouldn't eat edibles or try edibles just because they'll feel like we're a little bit more legitimate than the average, like, edible guy.
I wish I had y'all cater my birthday party last night. I just didn't think about it till now.
Have y'all done like birthday cakes and stuff too?
I haven't done a full cake. When we did the party, shout out to Marion. He ordered like too many fucking cinnamon rolls. And what else have we done? Oh, and there's another one. She got like a variety box, and that was hell too. Shout out to Brandon. My most loyal customer, Brandon, my first customer, and he still buys. But yeah, she had like Captain Crunch bars, brownies, and cookies, like all mixed in together. And so yeah, we do like large boxes and stuff. But I would like to do an entire cake. But the thing about that is, and I'm just gonna be honest, something like that is very unnecessary, just because it takes very little to get you high. Like having like even like those shows like meetings and stuff, like you cannot eat a full meal with can of butter and everything. Like that is ridiculous.
But a cake would be like, it would be.
It would be nice, but like,
I was just
you're
thinking.
gonna get high every day till your cake.
Everybody would get a slice. Like if it was at a party, like everybody would get a slice. So everybody's getting high, right?
Yeah.
Because I was thinking like more of a normal bakery type of thing, like for a birthday party or
Right.
I don't know, like I've seen it at weddings, you know.
Right. So like the amount of butter that like it takes to put in a cake, unless like of course you could do like half kind of butter, half like regular butter, but just with that like. I would recommend, especially if you have a party, like you have people who have to drive home, like all things considered, it's just like, yeah, I would do like maybe mini cupcakes or something like that. Like that's just
Like the cookies, those are one hitters, so like you can eat.
those are not one. She lies all the time, and people, you know what? I'm sick of it. She tells people they're gonna be fine, and they eat all that shit, and it be like fuck the baker. No, fuck her, because she's lying. Y'all like try a little, then try a lot. Do not. That's not the one hitter. Like that's like half the serving. So I would recommend like trying a fourth of that if you don't regularly smoke. And she doesn't even smoke or eat, so not.
Y'all are
That's
funny
funny.
as hell. Y'all are funny as fuck. I'm sorry.
And then it's just like word of mouth though, really, like your customers and
Yeah,
stuff.
word of mouth and posting
So
social media.
how much has DFW Girl Hustle helped you? Because that's where I found the post.
Shit, that was the first group I was in, and I think I got about 4 or 5 customers from that. So it helped, but once I typed in black-owned businesses and like start going, and then I realized, don't just post one picture. You know what I'm saying? Don't just show them one thing. Show them everything. You know what I'm saying? Give them everything at once, and put your your Instagram or your website or whatever you have. They're gonna click on that, and then they're gonna see all of that, and whatever they want. If you don't have it at that time, they're gonna be like, can I get half of these?
It'll be like, oh, you have to order half a pan in order to get something that we're not offering. Which,
Oh.
yeah. So
That's
like we have like a
smart.
weekly menu, and so like we switch the treats up very, very often. And so if you want something that's not on the menu, like you can just go on the Instagram and see something you want, but you have to get a half pan.
That's smart.
That's
as hell.
really
That is a good idea because I'd be like, we ain't got it.
I
Yeah.
always ask her, I'm like, so you feel like making this? And she's like, why? Well, this person want a half pan. Why would you tell them that? Well, because. Like, they want it. Can you do it? Yeah, whatever. Yeah, she said she can do it. She said she can do it for you, so.
Yeah.
When you want it. Yeah,
That's dope as fuck. I like the way you guys work. I wish I had those type of like social media type skills, because that's really smart, like what you were doing, because I feel like a lot more like eyes were on you than you think with that page.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that page really like it pushes a lot of businesses. I also think it really sucks that we have to highlight the fact that we're a black owned business, just like to get some type of play, like support, like some, shout out or whatever, but whatever, I'm gonna fucking use it. Like, I'm gonna use that word. I'm a black. Yeah, exactly. So, but hopefully, like, we don't have to, like, keep relying on that. Like, hopefully, like, we can rise above that and we can just be a business and exist with one another.
And that's why it's important to just, like, whenever you're representing your business, to just, like, put out quality products and just represent yourself well.
And not rely on it.
Because if you gonna claim the culture, like don't say you're a black owned business and be a shitty black owned business.
Right.
Just be a regular ass
And
business.
stop scamming. Can y'all please stop scamming? Y'all got us out here looking bad.
Yeah.
Stop scamming.
Like, yeah, that's really
Stop
important.
leaving evidence.
And then because you're claiming to be a black owned business doesn't really get you more white customers. You're getting more. You're trying to get your people to buy from you more. So like, don't be selling them these pillin' ass t-shirts, like these diluted ass drinks. Shall I go on? Like, just stop it.
Can we
Like,
do a shout out?
Yeah.
Shout out to Hawaiian Henny Drinks, y'all. She got some
yes,
fire drinks.
we can shout out some black owned businesses.
Yes.
I want to hear it.
Hawaiian Henny, like, y'all, she will have y'all fucked off. Like, when I say you can freeze it or not, like, the drink she sells, Jello shots, like, the infused fruit, like, Bro, her menu is fucking
very
dope. And she delivers.
Yeah.
She delivers. And I don't even think it's like you have to buy a certain amount like us. Like,
Right.
she's just gonna deliver to y'all. So shout out to her. And her branding's on
Victoria for
point.
having us on here, served on Sundays. Yo, this is lit.
Yes, our
It's a
first
whole vibe.
podcast. We sorry if we fucked up y'all's YouTube
For
channel.
We are just cussing.
No, we love it. We curse on our own. We talk about anything. Like, we like to just, have all these random ass topics and make sure we touch on everything. But I thank you guys again for coming. I hope you guys come back. Yeah, I'm putting you on the spot next week. Can y'all come back? No? Okay.
Definitely
Come back. I like this. This is cool.
Okay,
I was
great.
nervous.
You were
I
nervous?
was nervous.
Yeah, y'all said you were nervous.
I was nervous.
why
I
y'all
pulled up.
nervous?
I was like, oh, hell. Shit.
This is just friendly conversation,
Yeah.
and it's caught on camera. And
Yeah,
other
never
people.
gonna watch
Yeah.
this.
Right. I don't be watching it back except to edit.
Today we don't have a live studio audience. Sometimes we do.
Yeah, like random ass people just talking in the background. But I mean, shit. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you tune in next week. We're going to be talking about swingers. Make sure you watch our Served in Dallas little segments and all of that. And make sure you go to Grammys Treats and you buy something.
Subscribe. Served on Sunday.
Yeah. All right. See y'all next week. Thank you, Kylah. Thank you,
Thank you.
Keys. Bye.